Hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss mathematics term 1 sample question paper released by CBSE board. Time is 90 minutes and maximum marks of 40. We have three sections. We will discuss section A first. Section A consists of 20 questions. We have to attempt 16 questions. Each question carries 1 mark. We'll discuss first question now. The ratio of LCM and HCF of least composite number and least prime number is. The four options are 1 is to 2, 2 is to 1, 1 is to 1 and 1 is to 3. To find the ratio of LCM and HCF, we have to find the least composite number and least prime number first. We know the least composite number is 4 and least prime number is 2. So LCM of 4 and 2 is 4. The procedure is we can find LCM of any two numbers using prime factorization method. So LCM of 4 and 2 is 4 and HCF of 4 and 2 is 2. We are going to find the ratio of LCM and HCF. So ratio of LCM and HCF is LCM is we got it as 4 and HCF is 2. So ratio of 4 is to 2 is nothing but 2 is to 1. So the correct option for first question is B, 2 is to 1. Second question, the value of k for which the lines 5x plus 7y is equal to 3 and 15x plus 21y is equal to k coincide is. You know the condition of coincident lines, it is a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2. It has infinitely many solutions. So we will compare b1 by b2 with c1 by c2. b1 is 7 and b2 is 21 and c1 is 3, c2 is k. When two fractions are equated, we have to cross multiply. 7 into k is equal to 21 into 3. As we have to find k, we will send 7 to the other side, which will become division. 7 ones are 7 threes are. So k value will become 3 times 3 is 9. So the value of k is 9. Correct option for second question is A. Third question, a girl walks 200 meters towards east and then 150 meters towards north. The distance of the girl from the starting point is. If you see the picture, this is east direction, this is north direction. A girl is walking 200 meters towards east and from there 150 meters towards north. So we have to find the distance of the girl from the starting point. So red color is the our target. So this is clearly a right angle triangle and we have to find AC. If we take this ABC as a right angle triangle and we have to find AC. So what is Pythagoras theorem says? Pythagoras theorem says is hypotenuse square is equal to sum of squares of other two sides. So we know AB, which is nothing but 200. So 200 square. BC is 150. So BC square will be 150 square. 200 square will be 40,000. 150 square will be 22,500. So 40,000 plus 22,500 will be 62,500. So as we require the distance between A and C and square goes to the other side will become square root. So square root of 6,000 62,500 is nothing but 250. So correct option for third question is 250 meters. Option B. Question number 4. The length of the diagonal of a rhombus are 24 centimeters and 32 centimeters. Then the length of the altitude of the rhombus is. Altitude is nothing but the height. So we have to find the height of the rhombus. So one of the diagonal is 32. So this will be 16 centimeters and it will be 16 centimeters. And the other diagonal is given as 24. So as diagonal bisect each other, this part will be 12 and OD will also become 12. So using Pythagoras theorem, this is the right angle triangle. If it is 16 and it is 12, the side of a rhombus will become 20 centimeters. So we got 20 using the Pythagoras theorem. Now we know the area of a rhombus formula of into d1 into d2 or of into diagonal 1 into diagonal 2, where diagonal 1 is 24 and diagonal 2 is 32, which is given in the question. So 2 ones are 12, 2 12s are 24, 32 into 12 is 384 centimeters square. So we got the area of rhombus, which is 384 centimeters square. As we have to find the height of the rhombus, we know the area of rhombus. We have two formulas for rhombus. One is of into d1 into d2, another is of in base into height. So here base is nothing but the side of the rhombus and height will be this one. So area of rhombus is given as 384 centimeter square. So base is we got it as 20 into height. As we have to find the height, so 384 by 20, when multiplication goes to the other side will become division. 384 by 20 is nothing but 19.2. So correct option for fourth question is D, 19.2 centimeters. Fifth question, two fair coins are tossed. What is the probability of getting at the most one head? We know when two coins are tossed, there will be total four possibilities. The possibilities are head head, head tail, tail head, and tails tails. So out of it, at the most one head will be this option, and this option. So favorable outcomes are three, total possible outcomes are four. So probability of getting at most one head will be 3 by 4. So correct option for fifth question is A, 3 by 4. Sixth question, triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. If AM and PN are altitudes of triangle ABC and PQR respectively, and AB square is to PQ square is 4 is to 9, we have to find the ratio of the sides AM is to PN. We know that ratio of altitude is equal to ratios of sides of similar triangles. So AB is to PQ should be equal to AM is to PN. But here we have given AB square is to PQ square. So we have to do the square root of 4 is to square root of 9, which is nothing but 2 is to 3. So correct option for sixth question is D, 2 is to 3. Question number 7. If 2 sine square beta minus cos square beta is equal to 2, then find the value of beta. Here there are two ways to solve this problem. One is with identities. There are three identities in trigonometry, and another is replacing the values of these given angles in the beta in the question. If LHS and RHS are same, then that is the value of the beta. We'll use the second method. We will replace each angle in the LHS, and if the answer is 2 RHS, then that is the value of beta. Let us replace option A, 0 degrees. LHS is 2 sine square beta minus cos square beta. So value of beta angle we will replace with 0 degrees. So 2 sine square 0 minus cos square 0. We all know that sine square 0 is 0 and cos 0 is 1. So 2 into 0 is 0. 0 square will be 0. So answer is 0. So for first option, answer is 0 and LHS is not equal to RHS. So this is not the correct option. 0 is not the correct option. We'll try with 90 degrees. LHS is 2 sine square beta minus cos square beta. We'll replace the value of 90 in the LHS. So 2 sine square 90 minus cos square 90. You know the value of sine 90, which is nothing but 1, and cos 90 is 0. So 2 into 1 square is 2, 0 square value is 0. So 2 minus 0 is 2, which is RHS. So here LHS and RHS are same. Therefore LHS is equal to RHS. Therefore the angle of beta will be 90 degrees. Correct option for seventh question is B, 90 degrees. Eighth question, prime factors of the denominator of a rational number with the decimal expansion 44.123 are. So we are going to find the prime factors only for the denominator of a rational number. So first we will convert the decimal number into a rational number. So 44.123 can be written as 44,123 divided by 1000. Why 1000? There are three decimal places. So we are going to find the prime factors only for the denominator. So 44,123 divided by 1000. So 1000 can be expressed as 10 to the power of 3, and this 10 can be represented as 2 into 5, where 2 and 5 are both are prime numbers or prime factors. So correct option for eighth question will be 2 and 5, option C. Ninth question, the lines x is equal to a and y is equal to b are A option intersecting, B parallel, C overlapping, D none of the above. If you see the image carefully, the line x is equal to a is parallel to y axis and y is equal to b is parallel to x axis. So both lines x is equal to a and y is equal to b will intersect at AB. So this line x is equal to a and y is equal to b are intersecting lines. Correct option for ninth question is A, intersecting lines. Tenth question, the distance of point A minus 5 comma 6 from the origin is. We know the distance between the point, any point with origin is root over x square plus y square. So we will represent x with minus 5, so minus 5 square, and y is given as 6, so 6 square. So minus 5 square value will be 25 plus 25, minus 5 into minus 5 is plus 25, 6 square is 36. 36 plus 25 will be root 61. Correct option for 10th question is B. We have one more method to solve 10th question with a minus 5 6 from the origin. So we will take the origin as 0 comma 0 and we will use the distance between 2 points. We know the distance between 2 points is given by root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. We'll represent the point A with x1 y1 and point B with x2 y2 and replacing x1 y1 and x2 y2 in the formula. X2 is 0 minus x1 is minus 5 whole square plus y2 is 0, y1 is 6 whole square. 0 plus 5 is 5. 5 square value is nothing but 25 and minus 6 square value will be plus 36. 25 plus 36 is root 61, which is the same answer. 11th question, if a square is equal to 23 by 25, then a is rational, irrational, whole number or integer. When a square is 23 by 25, a will be root over 23 by 25. It also can be written as root 23 by 5. So root 23 is a irrational number and 5 is a rational number. Irrational divided by rational number will always be a rational number. So correct option for 11th question will be B, irrational number. 12th question, if LCM of x and 18 is 36 and HCF of same numbers x and 18 is 2, then the value of x is. We know the relationship between LCM and HCF of two numbers. LCM into HCF is equal to product of two numbers, which here given as x and 18. The two numbers are given as x and 18. So LCM is given as 36 and HCF is 2. We'll replace in the formula. So 36 into 2 will be equal to x into 18, the product of two numbers. So as we required x, will send 18 to the other side, which will become division. So 18 ones are 18 twos are. So x value will be 2 times 2 is 4. Correct option for 12th question is 4. Option C. 13th question, in triangle ABC, right angled at B. So ABC is a right angle triangle which is right angled at B. This will be 90 degrees. Tan A is root 3. If tan A is root 3, obviously angle A will become 60 degrees. See, if A is 60 degrees, angle B is 90, obviously angle C will become 30 degrees. We are going to replace angle A 60, angle C 30 in the asked question. So cos 60 into cos 30 minus sin 60 into sin 30. We know the value of cos 60, which is 1 by 2, and cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Minus sin 60 is root 3 by 2 and sin 30 is 1 by 2. So the value will become root 3 by 4 minus root 3 by 4, which is nothing but 0. Correct option for 13th question is 0. Option B. 14th question. If the angles of a triangle ABC are in the ratio 1 is to 1 is to 2 respectively, the largest angle should be C. Then the value of secant A by cosecant B minus tan A by cot B is. Given ratio is in the form of 1 is to 1 is to 2. So if the angle we treat as x, it will become x plus 2x, which should be equal to 180 degrees. Reason is sum of three angles in a triangle is 180. So 4x is equal to 180. X will become 180 by 4, which is nothing but 45. So angle of x will be 45. I will take this as A, B, C, as C is the largest angle. Angle A will be 45. Obviously angle B will also be 45. Reason is 1 is to 1. The both first and second angle should be same. And third angle will be obviously 90 degrees based on some angle property. Now we will find the value of secant A by cosecant B minus tan A by cot B. Secant A is nothing but secant 45 divided by cosecant B, as the angle B is also 45, we will write cosecant 45 minus tan A. Tan angle A is 45, so tan 45 by cot 45. So this is cot B. So we know the value of secant 45, which is nothing but root 2. Cosecant 45 is also root 2. Tan 45 is 1, cot 45 is 1. Root 2 by root 2 is 1, 1 by 1 is 1. So 1 minus 1 will be 0. Correct option for this question is option A, 0. 15th question. The number of revolutions made by a circular wheel of radius 0.7 meters in rolling a distance of 176 meters is. We know the number of revolutions is given by total distance by circumference of a circular wheel. Total distance is given as 176 in the question, and circumference of a circle formula is 2 pi r. 2 pi value is 22 by 7 and radius is given as 0.7 meters. So after calculation our answer will be 40. So correct option for 15th question is D, 40. 16th question. Triangle ABC is such that AB is 3 centimeters, BC is 2 centimeters, and CA is 2.5 centimeters. If triangle ABC and DEF are similar to each other and EF is 4 centimeters, given EF is 4 centimeters, then perimeter of triangle DEF is. To find the perimeter of triangle DEF, we have to find DE side, DF side, and if you add all the sides, it's nothing but perimeter of DEF. So we know that since the two triangles ABC and DEF are similar to each other, then sides will be proportional. AB by DE will be equal to BC by EF. It's also equal to AC by DF. AB by DE is equal to 3 by DE. We don't know DE value. BC by EF will be 2 by 4 centimeters, and AC by DF will be 2.5 by DF. We don't know the side DF in triangle DEF. So equating first to 3 by DE will be equal to 2 by 4. So DE will become 12 by 2, which is nothing but 6 centimeters. So DE side will be 6 centimeters. Now we will equate the second two ratios. 2 by 4 is equal to 2.5 by DF. So obviously DF will become 2.5 into 4 divided by 2, which is nothing but 5 centimeters. So DEF is 5 centimeters, DE is 6 centimeters, and EF is 4 centimeters. Therefore, perimeter of triangle DEF will be equal to 6 plus 4 plus 5, which is nothing but 15 centimeters. Correct option for 16th question is B, 15 centimeters. 17th question. In the figure, if DE is parallel to BC and AD is given as 3 centimeters, BD is 4 centimeters, and BC is 14 centimeters, then DE is equal to. Since DE is parallel to BC, triangle ABC and triangle ADE, small triangle and ABC, they are similar to each other by AAA rule of similarity. So we can write their ratios similar. AD by AB will be equal to DE by BC. So AD is given as 3 centimeters, AB 7, DE we have to find, and BC is 14. Doing cross multiplication, DE into 7 is equal to 14 times 3. DE will be 14 into 3 by 7, which is nothing but 6 centimeters. Correct option for 17th question is option B, 6 centimeters. 18th question. If 4 tan beta is equal to 3, then we have to find 4 sin beta minus 3 cos beta by 4 sin beta plus 3 cos beta. So given 4 tan beta is equal to, where beta is an angle, is equal to 3, obviously tan beta will become 3 by 4. We have to find 4 sin beta minus 3 cos beta divided by 4 sin beta plus 3 cos beta value. So we will divide numerator and denominator with cos beta, as the value will not be changed. Numerator and denominator will become 4 sin beta by cos beta minus 3 cos beta by cos beta. divided by 4 sin beta divided by cos beta. Separately I am taking sin by cos and cos beta by cos beta. We all know that sin beta by cos beta value is tan beta. Cos get cancelled, minus 3 divided by sin beta by cos beta again is 4 tan beta minus sorry, it is plus 3. So already we got tan beta value as 3 by 4. We will replace here. So 4 into 3 by 4 minus 3 divided by 4 into 3 by 4 plus 3. 4 4 get cancelled, here also 4 4. 3 minus 3 by 3 plus 3. 3 minus 3 is 0 by 6, which is nothing but 0 itself. Correct option for 18th question is option A, 0. 19th question. One equation of pair of dependent linear equation is minus 5x plus 7y is equal to 2. The second equation can be. If the lines are dependent, then they are coinciding lines. The condition of coinciding lines will be a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is also equal to c1 by c2. The line satisfying the coinciding line is D option. 10x minus 14y is equal to minus 4. Moving on to 20th question, last question in section A. A letter of English alphabet is chosen at random. What is the probability that it is a letter of the word mathematics? If you, we all know that in alphabets there are 26 letters, so number of possible outcomes will be 26. Favorable outcomes are 8, because in mathematics we have to choose the letter in such a way the letter should not be repeated. 1 2 3 4 5, m is also repeated, a is repeated, t is repeated, 6 7 8. So favorable outcomes are 8, total number of possible outcomes are 26. The probability that it is a letter of the word in mathematics will be equal to 8 by 26. So which is also nothing but 4 by 13. Correct option for 20th question is A, 4 by 13. We'll discuss section B now. Section B contains 20 questions. We have to attempt 16 questions from this section. Question number 21. The sum of two numbers is 1215 and their HCF is 81. Then the possible number of pairs of such numbers are. Let us discuss the solution for 21st question. The sum of two numbers is 1215 and HCF is 81. So if we take the two numbers as x and y, sum of the two numbers will become 81x plus 81y should be equal to 1215. Why 81x and 81y? Because HCF is 81. So minimum the factor should be a multiple of 81 for both the numbers. So we will take 81 as common here. So 81 into x plus y is equal to 1215. So x plus y is equal to 1215 divided by 81, which is nothing but 15. So we got x plus y value as 15. For x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 14, the numbers are 1215. And for x is equal to 7 and y is equal to 8, the numbers will be 1215. For x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 13, the sum of two numbers will be equal to 1215, and x is equal to 4, y is equal to 11. The sum of two numbers will be 1215. Therefore, the number of such pairs will be 4, 114, 7 8, 2 13, and 4 11. If you take another pair, it will not satisfy the condition. So correct option for 21st question is C. Question number 22. Given below is a graph representing two linear equations by lines AB and CD. So AB is this line and CD is this line. What is the area of triangle formed by these two lines and the line x is equal to 0? So we have to find the area of the shaded region. So we know the area of a triangle formula, which is nothing but half into base into height. In this question, base is nothing but 6 centimeters and height is 2 centimeters. So half into base is 6, height is 2. 2 to get cancelled, 6. So correct option for 22nd question is option C, 6 square centimeters. 23rd question. If tan alpha plus cot alpha is equal to 2, then find the value of tan to the power of 20 alpha plus cot to the power of 20 alpha. If tan alpha and plus cot alpha is equal to 2, then alpha value will become 45 degrees. Now we have to find the value of tan to the power of 20 alpha plus cot to the power of 20 alpha. So as alpha is 45, we have to replace the angle alpha with 45. So tan 45 is 1, so 1 to the power of 20, cot 45 value is also 1, 1 to the power of 20. 1 to the power of 20 is nothing but 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. Correct option for 23rd question is B, 2. 24th question, if 271x plus 131y is equal to 913 and 131x plus 217y is 827, then we have to find the value of x plus y. We'll take 271x plus 131y is equal to 913 as first equation and 131x plus 271y is equal to 827 as second equation. We'll add first equation and second equation. If we add first equation and second equation, the result equation will be 348 plus 348x plus 348y will be equal to 913 plus 827 is equal to 1740. So we'll take 348 as common. So 348 into x plus y is equal to 1740. So x plus y will be 1740 divided by 348, which is nothing but 5. So the value of x plus y, they are asking to find the value of x plus y, and our answer is 5. So correct option for 24th question is option A, 5. 25th question. The LCM of two numbers P and Q is 221. Find the value of 3P minus Q. Four options are given. LCM of two prime numbers is nothing but the product of the numbers. So 221 can be written as 13 into 17. Both are prime numbers. So P is 13, 17 and Q is 13. So 3P minus Q will be 17 threes are 51 minus 13, which is 38. So correct option for 25th question is 38, option C. Moving on to 26th question. A card is drawn from a well shuffled deck of cards. What is the probability that the card drawn is neither a king nor a queen? We know that total number of cards will be 52. So total possible outcomes will be 52. So out of that 52, we have to remove the king and queen because the card drawn is neither a king nor a queen. So 52 minus, there will be 4 kings in deck of cards and also 4 queens. So total will be 8 cards we have to remove out of the deck of cards. So 52 minus 4 will be 44 divided by 52. Favorable outcomes are 44 and total possible outcomes are 52. So 4 11s are 44, 4 13s are 52. Correct option for 26th question is 11 by 13, option A. We'll see 27th question. Two fair dice are rolled simultaneously. The probability that 5 will come out at least once is. So we'll see the favorable outcomes. So first favorable outcome will be 5 1 and 1 5. Next possible outcomes can be 2 5 and 5 2. Similarly 3 5 5 3, 4 5 5 4, 6 5 5 6, and last 5 comma 5. So total favorable outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The probability of getting 5 at least once is 11 by 36. Favorable outcomes are 11. Total possible outcomes will be when two dice thrown is 36. So correct option for this question is B, 11 by 36. 28th question. If 1 plus sine square alpha is equal to 3 sine alpha cos alpha, then find the value of cot square alpha. We'll take the given condition first. 1 plus sine square alpha is equal to 3 sine alpha cos alpha. We know the identity 1. 1 can be represented as sine square alpha plus cos square alpha. And sine square alpha as it is. When plus 3 sine alpha cos alpha goes to the left side, it will become minus 3 alpha cos alpha. Right hand side will keep it as 0. So sine square alpha plus sine square alpha will become 2 sine square alpha plus cos square alpha. Other terms I am replacing as it is. Minus 3 sine alpha into cos alpha is equal to 0. Now we will divide left hand side and right hand side with sine square alpha. 2 sine square alpha by sine square alpha will become 2 and cos square alpha plus by sine square alpha will become cot square alpha. and 3 sin alpha cos alpha divided by sin square alpha will become 3 cot alpha. Other side 0 by something will become 0. So we'll arrange this one in a proper way. So cot square alpha minus 3 cot alpha plus 2 is equal to 0. Now we will do the factorization. Cot square alpha minus 3 cot alpha can be written as minus 2 cot alpha minus cot alpha plus 2 is equal to 0. In first two terms we'll take cot alpha as common and second two term one as common. So cot alpha will, if you take common, it will become cot alpha minus 2, and if you take minus 1 common, cot alpha minus 2, other side will become 0. So cot alpha minus 2, cot alpha minus 2 we will take as common again. The term will become cot alpha minus 1. So individually we'll take two factors with 0. Cot alpha minus 2 is equal to 0 and cot alpha minus 1 is equal to 0. Cot alpha minus 2 is equal to 0. So therefore cot alpha will become 2. Cot alpha minus 1 is equal to 0. Cot alpha will become 1. So C is the correct option. 29th question. The vertices of a parallelogram in order are 1, 2, 4y, x6 and 3, 5. Then we have to find the value of x and y. We all know that in parallelogram diagonal bisect each other. So midpoint of AC should be equal to midpoint of BD. So this is very important. Midpoint of AC should be equal to midpoint of diagonal BD. So we will find the midpoint of AC now. A point is 1 comma 2 and C is x comma y. We'll take A as x1 y1 and C point as x2 y2. You know the midpoint formula, midpoint of AC or midpoint of any 2 points is given as x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2. And we are going to replace A, C points in this formula. Now coordinates of O becomes 1 plus x by 2 and 2 plus 6 by 2. Now we'll find the midpoint of BD. So midpoint formula of BD is similar to that of AC, x1 plus x2 by 2 and y1 plus y2 by 2. We will replace the B point as x1 y1 and D points as x2 y2 and we will replace in the midpoint formula. So we'll get as 3 plus 4 by 2 and 5 plus y by 2. 3 plus 4 is 7 by 2 and 5 plus y divided by 2. So these are also vertices of O. So now we know that in parallelogram midpoint of AC will be equal to midpoint of BD. Now we will equate x coordinates and y coordinate. X coordinate here is 1 plus x by 2 and x coordinate of BD will become 7 by 2. 2 get cancelled. 1 plus x is equal to 7. X is equal to 7 minus 1 which is nothing but 6. Similarly, we will equate the y coordinate. Here y coordinate is 8 by 2 and y plus y by 2. 2 get cancelled. 8 plus y goes to the other side will become minus y. Y will become 8 minus 5 is 3. So correct option is 6 comma 3. So option A is the right answer, 6 comma 3. 30th question. In the given figure, angle ACB is equal to angle CDA. ACB, this angle, is equal to CDA, this angle. So this angle and this angle are equal. And AC is given as 8 centimeters, AD is given as 3 centimeters. Then we have to find the side BD. As we know that these two triangles, ACD, this triangle, and ABC are similar to each other as per angle similarity. If these two if the two triangles are similar, then AC by AB will equal to AD by AC, corresponding parts of similar triangle. So we know AC which is 8, AB we don't know, we have to find, is equal to 3 by 8. So when we do the cross multiplication, AB will become 64 by 3. But we don't require AB. Our target is to find BD. So BD is equal to, this BD is equal to AB minus AD. So we have to subtract AB minus AD. So 64 by 3 minus 3 is 55 by 3. Correct option for 30th question is C, 55 by 3. 31st question. The equation of the perpendicular bisector of the line joining the points A 4, comma 5 and B minus 2, comma 3 is. The line segment is AB with A 4 comma 5 and B minus 2 comma 3. The black line is the perpendicular bisector. If you see the diagram carefully, any point xy of perpendicular bisector will be equidistant from A and B. So this point P x comma y will be equal distance from A and B. So AP will be equal to BP. So we have to use the distance formula for AP and also for BP, and both are equal. AP is equal to BP because this line, black line, is a perpendicular bisector. By perpendicular bisectors will make any line segment exactly into two halves, making an angle 90. So distance between AP is equal to distance between BP. So after applying the points 4 comma 5 and x comma y on AP and minus 2 comma 3 xy with the BP, we will get the equation as 3x plus y minus 7 is equal to 0. Correct option for 31st question is D. 32nd question. In the given figure, D is the midpoint of BC, then the value of cot y by cot x is. So cot y by cot x will be equal to AC by BC by AC by CD. So obviously AC get cancelled, we'll get CD by BC. BC is nothing but 2CD, so CD get cancelled. Answer is 1 by 2. Correct option for 32nd question is option B, 1 by 2. 33rd question. The smallest number by which 1 by 13 should be multiplied so that decimal expansion terminate after two decimal places is. Four options are given. So we know the smallest number by which 1 by 13 should be multiplied so that the decimal expansion terminate after two decimal points is 13 by 100. Why divided by 100? Because two decimal places. Why 13? Because 1 by 13. So numerator and denominator get cancelled. So 1 by 13 multiplied with 13 by 100 so that it has two decimal places. So correct option for 33rd question is 13 by 100. Option A. 34th question. Side of AB and BE of a right angle triangle, right angle at B, are of length 16 centimeters and 8 centimeters respectively. The length of the side of the largest square FDGB. So FDGB is the largest square inscribed in a triangle. So we have to find the side of the square. So as we know, the triangle ABE is a right angle at B and FDGB is a square of side X. Let us assume the side of the square as X. There are two triangles AFD and DEG or DGE are similar to each other because as per AA similarity. If these two triangles are similar to each other, I can write AF by DG will be equal to FD by GE. The reason is corresponding parts of a similar triangles. So AF will become 16 minus X. Reason is AB is 16, BF we assumed as X, so AF will be 16 minus X. A of 16 minus x, dg is equal to x. We assume side of a square as x, which is equal to fd. Fd is also x and ge will be 8 minus x. Ge is nothing but be minus bg. So 8 minus x. So cross multiply, when two fractions are equated, we have to cross multiply. After solving, we will get answer as 16 by 3. Correct option for 34th question is B, 16 by 3 centimeters. 35th question. Point P divides the line segment R minus 1 3 and S 9 8 in the ratio K is to 1. If P lies on the line X minus Y plus 2 is equal to 0, the value of K is. When the ratio is given K is to 1, we have to use section formula. In section formula, M1, M2 will be considered as K and 1. M1 is K, M2 is 1. We all know the section formula, which is given by M1x2 plus M2x1 by M1 plus M2, M1y2 plus M2y1 by M1 plus M2. So applying the section formula on R and S, we have to take minus 1, 3 and 9 as x1, y1, x2, y2, k is to 1 as m1, m2. Applying, we will get the coordinates 9k minus 1 by k plus 1, 8k plus 3 by k plus 1. Since P lies on this point, x will be this 9k minus 1 by k plus 1 and y will be 8k plus 3 by k plus 1. So applying these 2 points on this line, we'll get 9k minus 1 by k plus 1 minus y, 8k plus 3 by k plus 1 plus 2 is equal to 0. After solving the simple calculation, k value will become 2 by 3. Correct option for 32nd question is A. The sixth question. In the figure given below, ABCD is a square of side 14 centimeters with E, F, G, H as the midpoints of side AB, BC, CD, and DA respectively. E, F, G, H are the midpoints. The area of shaded region is. So we know the shaded region is area of semicircle. This is the semicircle. There are two parts. We have to divide this square into two parts so that we will get the area of the shaded region. So in the first part, area of semicircle, shaded region is in the first this one, area of semicircle. In the other part of the square, it will be area of r square minus area of semicircle. So we know the area of semicircle pi r square by 2. So applying the formula, we will get the answer as 98 centimeter square. Correct option for 36th question is C, 98 centimeter square. 37th question. Given below is the picture of the Olympic rings made by taking five congruent circles of radius 1 centimeters each. Interesting in this is chord forming by joining the points of intersection of two circles is also length of 1 centimeter. Chord is 1 centimeters and also radius is 1 centimeters. Total area of all the dotted regions assuming the thickness of the rings to be negligible is. So we have to find the area of the shaded region. See, if we see the one circle carefully, so chord is 1 centimeters, radius is 1 centimeters. Joining this, it forms a equilateral triangle because all sides are equal. If all sides are equal, this angle will be 60 degrees. So area of the shaded region, the red one is nothing but area of a sector minus area of equilateral triangle. So if we calculate the area of the shaded region, we will get pi by 6 minus root 3 by 4 centimeter square. We got this one by using the formula area of sector minus area of equilateral triangle. Area of sector is nothing but theta by 360 into pi r square, and area of equilateral triangle is root 3 by 4 into side square, which is a square, 1 square. So once we got the area of the shaded region, the red part, we have total 8 such red parts in this 5 circles. So the correct option for 37th question is 8. 8 into pi by 6 minus root 3 by 4. D is the correct answer. 38th question. If 2 and 1 by 2 are the zeros of px square plus 5x plus r, then we have to find the p and r value. Given quadratic polynomial is 5x square plus 5x plus r. Here a is equal to p, b is equal to 5 and c is equal to constant r. We know that sum of roots or sum of zeros is given by the formula minus b by a, and product of zeros is given by the formula c by a. Sum means addition. The two roots are 2 and 1 by 2. So we add the two roots, which is nothing but minus b by a. Here b is 5, a is p. So minus 5 by p. 2 plus 1 by 2 will be 5 by 2 is equal to minus p by 2. So cross multiplication, 5p is equal to minus 10. P will be minus 10 by 5, which is nothing but minus 2. So we got the p value as minus 2. Now we'll see the product of the roots. Product of the roots is c by a. Product means multiplication. The two zeros given here are 2 and 1 by 2. We are multiplying because product. C by a. C is r and a is p. So 2 into 1 by 2 is 2 by 2 is equal to r by minus 2. We got the p value as minus 2. So 2 get cancelled, r is equal to minus 2. So the value of p is minus 2 and r is also minus 2. Correct option for this question is B. P is minus 2 and also r is minus 2. So the correct option for this 38th question is p is equal to minus 2 and r is equal to minus 2. Option B. 48th question. The number of solution of 3 power of x plus y is equal to 243 and 243 power x minus y is equal to 3 is. So 3 power of x plus y is equal to 243. There are two conditions. I am taking the first condition. 3 power of x plus 5 is equal to 3 power of 5. So as bases are same, we have to equate the power. So x plus 5 is equal to 5. So moving on to the next condition, 243 to the power of x minus y is equal to 3. So 243 can be written as 3 power of 5 to the power of x minus y is equal to 3. When powers, there are two powers, power should be multiplied. So 3 to the power of x into y minus y is equal to 3. So when bases are same, we have to equate the powers. So 5x minus 5y is equal to 1. So clearly we can see that a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, as these two are pair of linear equation in two variables. So a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2. It has one solution, unique solution. Correct option for this 40th question is B, one solution.